What is up, guys? Welcome to a new video. I've just moved house and I haven't actually had internet, which meant no videos. Also, you can hear an echo because I haven't got my acoustic stuff sorted out in this room yet, but I was still sitting here actually on my phone stalking Koreans the entire time to make this as soon as I got it back. So here we go. These are all picks doing a ton better now in 6.24 so far, and a few that you probably weren't expecting either. We're just going to jump straight in very quickly. The first one is actually Varus AD carry. It's a bit more at higher ranks for now, at least, like while everyone's learning the pick. This is actually crit Varus as well, so with the new passive, like how that works and stuff, it's actually with the poke builder bringing it down. It's like Man Immune and Ghost Bear and stuff has quite a low win rate, and that is making it look worse than it actually is. I said the buffs would be pretty good, and it seems to have brought him back for now at least, which is good. And remember, there is a surprise factor though, so nobody's used to playing against Varus. They don't really know how he works, they don't really know how he sets up kills, and that is going to be working in your favor. It'll make him look better than he actually is. He seems to dominate early though, and that is the biggest thing in career. Like 2v2, it's the surprise poke and proc damage that you're not really expecting, which we just talked about, and also you get ahead with your ultimate. Your ultimate is the main way you're ever going to set up kills, because as soon as you get a lead, you can just ult every time it's off cooldown. You lock someone in place, you lock the support down if they try to defend them as well, and it's just really effective, especially if you have any kind of damage or crowd control with your support. It does make sense in a way, right? Varus is high range, good early, offers ability and auto damage as well. He is pretty crap when behind though, unless your team is ahead. It's kind of like Ashe. If you get fed, you can carry super hard, but if you don't get fed, then you kind of rely on your team. Like he struggles to hard carry, but you can still ultimate, which is really good in team fight, and you can still poke as well. The reason the win rate is so good at the moment is because you have decent matchups against everyone basically. You're strong in lanes, so you're able to hold your own. Your wave clear is good, so you don't get pushed on the tower. You poke, your auto trades as well. Essence Reaver, Runins, and Infinity Edge applies blight stacks to everyone. That is the build they're going at the moment. You can proc all of those blight stacks for more AoE damage, especially with your E. You have the cooldown reduction and the mana, which is good to spam and poke. Also, Runins is really underrated with his new passive, because you're going to kill minions around like who you're actually attacking and proc your passive attack speed even when you're not meaning to, so you get this burst of damage for free. Masteries, Death by Touch, Warlords, and Fervor are all being used in career. It seems like they're testing a lot, but actually all three are working. They can't really make their minds up, but they don't really need to. Death by Touch is really good for poke, and you're actually still building Essence Reaver and Infinity Edge, so you have a lot of AD behind it. Warlords is really good because you're building triple crit. Essence Reaver, Runins, Infinity Edge has no lifesteal, so you kind of need it from somewhere, and that's what Warlords is for. Fervor, in my opinion, was kind of made for someone like Varus though. You have all of this auto attack damage, which your AD is buffing, but also your abilities. So it's like the best of both worlds. It's going to buff your autos, it's also going to buff your Q and your E. So next one is Ziggs. It's actually Ziggs mid, by the way, sadly not bot lane. It hasn't spread over yet, which I'm kind of thankful for, I guess. This is actually the surprise one of the video for me, because it's really good at bronze to gold. It's still amazing in plat, but it kind of falls off in diamond at the moment, which means it's not really going to show on sites. We're also talking like top 5 win rate out of every champion, so really good. Stat websites, by the way, show plat plus, right? They won't be picking up on this at all. That's why I stalk actually each elo bracket every day for these videos, to show you these kind of picks. Matchup wise is good versus other mages. You have a safe lane, you can farm, you get your items, and then you poke really hard. It's kind of a lot like Lux actually. In a safe meta, he really shines, which is what we're moving to now. In an assassin meta, he really gets ruined, but now assassins are kind of falling out of favor a little bit, and we're seeing him more and more. Even versus Leblanc actually, he hits a few bombs and it's kind of game over for her. She has to go back to base and heal. Like late game, you're gonna have a one shot, you have tower destruction, a wave clear, insane poke. You're actually really well rounded. He is one of the best late game mages though. This is really important. Early game he kind of sucks because he does no damage and gets punished. That's why better at lower ranks actually, I think, where he doesn't get bent over as hard. Thunderlords is the most popular mastery though for burst. You auto, you passive, you Q, or you have your mines actually as well, which will do the job, but it is full glass cannon. There's no pussy stuff here. Morello, Ludin's Deathcap, or Void, Lich Rain as well for the ultimate tower procs. Honestly, by the way, like you are half health a tower with Lich Rain proc and passive, then W to demolish it anyway. It's pretty crazy. It's insane to get a gold lead and just unlock the enemy base late game. You really are playing it like you stay right at the back, kind of like an AD carry, honestly. You throw your Q out constantly over and over because it's on low cooldown, and you just do so much damage with how much AP you're stacking. This next one is a little bit different. This is kind of like a one to watch, I guess. Let me know if you like it or not, if you want me to do these in future ones. It's actually a lot of stalking this time. Claire pops up on random days as being really overpowered, like insane win rates, and other days not so much at all. So this is why it's kind of weird. Basically, he's used as the Riven, Irelia, and Tank Echo counterpick in career. He demolishes all of them. It's still Black Cleaver and Titanic build, by the way. Tanky with damage, and also Fervor works really well on him because you're stacking it, and then the AD increases the rest of your damage. The problem is champions like Poppy, Jace, Yasuo do well against him, and that's also why some days he looks OP and some days he looks really bad. When people pick him as a counter, it's insanely good, right? He pops off, he does really well, and on that day he has a really good win rate. The next day, what I think happens is these same people think, okay, I've had a really good day on him, I'm going to pick him now the next day, and actually when they pick him every game, he gets destroyed from bad matchups. He isn't completely overpowered like others in this video, but against some matchups, he can be so good. And I think he's going to be getting better and better. So if you want to climb, learning him just for those matchups will actually be giving yourself a really bigger chance to win. Anyway, back to another who is superly overpowered, and that is going to be Shaco. He was strong last patch as well, but now so far almost 57% win rate in Plat Plus, which is disgustingly good, and it's not AP either. The build is actually part of the reason I want to talk about him more, because there is a new-ish kind of variation popping up, which is Warrior, Triforce, and then Black Cleaver, Hydra, or Infinity Edges. That is the highest win rate. You still have like Warrior, Shiv, Hydra, which is the most popular. You have Warrior, Hydra, and Infinity Edge as well, but it's interesting because the Triforce one is like a bruiser version. You have your Sheen and you have Warrior, so you still actually one-shot, which is pretty gross when you actually have so much more utility in your kit. I've watched a few games of this and they played it basically the same, but they are a bit more durable and have more of like a well-rounded start rather than just like dive in and try and one-shot. Thunderlords is still the most popular, but Storm Rage is making a surge back this patch as well. I didn't even mean to make that pun, that was good. You get Moby Boots, you gank heavy, wins most games early, but still actually effective late game, and I think that is the problem, like why he is overpowered. Shaco normally had this whole thing of it's like an early game trade-off. You're really strong early, you gank a lot, he's kind of oppressive early, but then late game he pretty sucks. Right now his early game is still really good, he ganks really well as well, but like late game he actually has a lot of options. He can split push, and now he can team fight a lot better after the rework. Runes are a little bit weird. Well, a lot of people use this, but actually not the most popular. AD reds, armor yellows, 1 AD or just 3 attack speed quints, and then AP blues. It's not that common here, but it's the best over there by far, so something you should probably make a page for if you're actually going to play Shaco a lot. Matchup wise, he abuses weaker carry junglers who he can one-shot, so like Elise, Graves, Kha'Zix. I'm really surprised about the Kha'Zix, by the way. I did not expect him to beat him that hard, and Lee Sin as well. He competes with like tank junglers just by out-ganking them and bypassing them in team fights to get to their backline. Like what good is a tank if you can just like deceive past it? He doesn't really have a matchup where you don't want to pick him, except maybe Evelyn. That's pretty even because in Korea, Evelyn just invades him all day. Now another jungler that is not as popular is Sejuani. So basically the best late game jungler there is at the moment in Korea. There was a massive jump in win rate this patch because of that. Games have been going a little bit longer. Courage of the Colossus is overpowered, definitely helps her, especially late because it's based on your percentage max health. Her matchups are actually not that amazing, but that is the thing really. So early game, she's not that strong unless she gets an amazing start. She does loads of base damage and she builds for tank, so if she does get that good start, she can't be killed, but she kills you, which is no fun. Mid to late game though, she gets a ton better, huge ultimate, damage, mobility, and a super tank. Basically an AD carry's worst nightmare when it comes to a tank in their face. Your clear is actually also good in the new jungle, which helps, so you have a lot of AoE and stuff like that. You build just to shut down enemy carry sources. You're way more of like a team pick. In my opinion, this is overpowered in higher reload, but it still does well lower down as well. Like in theory, it's better when your teammates can follow up on everything you actually pick, like so the fights you pick. Actually though, when you think about it, because she's so strong right now, you're able to carry a lot by yourself just because you can't be killed, but you still do damage. Matchups is very average. Like you're good versus any other champion who wants to go late game, but you're weak versus hard gank champions who kind of just outpace you. There is one thing that is different though. In Korea, they gank way more than our Sejuani players usually. They actually build Moby Boots as well. They use that charge in a similar way to Zaki. It's like the theory behind it. Like you're obviously not Zac, but you're a tank, you have good base damage, you have a way into ganks as well, so you gank whenever you can. Now Rammus top is back. What a time to be alive. What a time to be an AD carry mainers, right? As if AD carry wasn't bad enough already. And by the way, one of the most popular builds is Thornmail Rush into Triforce Rammus. I have no idea. Again, it's actually a lot like Sejuani though. Early game, you're good because you naturally out-trade with your W. Then again, at 6 items, you're actually super hard to kill with Thornmail and loads of armor and your W on. Taunts can set up ganks so easily, right? A lot of free kills to be had top lane, and even mid-game in teamfights, you just powerball in, you taunt someone, and your team should be able to kill them. Courage of the Colossus is insane with him too. Easy point and click taunt to proc it every single time and just not die. Sunfire provides a lot of extra damage with your ultimate, and this is basically used as a counterpick to carry laners. You're stacking more armor than they can deal with. You do damage back to them plus base damage and Sunfire and stuff like that. This is basically just a major cheese pick. So there's like 5 steps I can really tell from Korean games, like watching them. Number 1, you get the jungler to camp your lane. This taunt, it's a free kill, it's so easy, and they spend a lot of time just demolishing top lane. Number 2, you get ahead and you get more armor than they can get damage, which means you can't be killed, and you just taunt them, you get a really good trade-off, and they can't do anything. Number 3 is because of 1 and 2, you actually just make them cry all game because there's nothing they can do. 4, you TP down and you taunt gank other lanes, which is really effective. Number 5, you powerball into team fights, you taunt people, you get 6 items eventually, Thornmail, Randuins, and you just never ever die. Now the last one I want to talk about is Leblanc. I know she was overpowered last patch as well, but even more this patch, so I feel like I have to mention her because I've been tracking this for a while. Leblanc is picked in a good amount of games now, so we have a good sample size, which means she's definitely very good. And overall, almost a 57% win rate so far in 6.24, which I've never seen something that high before. It's really her early game power though, and how easily she can one-shot that early into the game. Like, plus the fact Rylai's actually got a nerf and she didn't buy it anyway, so she's naturally a lot stronger. If you think about it, the other mages that would compete with her mid lane are now weaker because the itemization is weaker, and suddenly Leblanc is still just as strong, so it makes her stronger in comparison to the others. To put it into perspective though, if the game ends before 25 minutes, just any game that Leblanc is actually in, there's almost a 70% chance that Leblanc was on the winning team. That is insane, right? In Korea, if a game is quick and Leblanc is in it, then it's almost always the Leblanc who has crushed it. Like, I haven't ever seen anything like that before. There is some stuff to quickly point out though. Sombrello into Abyssal into Deathcap is the best build at the moment over there, so something that we can build. Malzahar is actually one of the only champions who beats her regularly because he can press her as she jumps in and locks her down before her one-shot combo. He also has the passive to kind of absorb one of them. Ahri and Syndra both do okay versus her. They are the most even matchups you can pick against her. Late game, she still sucks complete arse though, to be honest. You have to bear this in mind when you're playing her. You need to end kind of early if you want to be the one carrying, mainly because LeBlanc does a little bit anyway, just with her kit. It's harder to one-shot and they all do more damage as well. It's also because people don't understand her that well. She is still a new rework champion. She still has a new kit to understand, and it is kind of hard to use it in a team fight. It's really easy when you're fed, but not so much when the enemy team does a lot of damage. I'm really sorry about the echo. There's nothing I can do at the moment, but thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and for now, let's go to the robots.